Hello traders, in this video we're going to be looking at the ascending broadening wedge pattern. So this is a pattern that suggests that the market is going to break out to the downside following on from an uptrend. So what you need to do is mark the higher lows and higher highs on your chart, as I've already done here. And you're looking for price to touch these boundaries on multiple occasions, anywhere from 3 to 5 times ideally. And this forms a channel that's not necessarily a straight channel, but almost a wedge type pattern in an upwards direction, hence ascending broadening wedge. So this is a 1 hour pound dollar chart, and what we're looking for is price to break out to the downside once it's breached the lower level of the broadening wedge pattern. Okay, and this played out textbook. As you can see here, price was moving in a nice uptrend. You might have been trading this with numerous strategies. I've got lots of videos covering many different trend trading strategies you can check out for ideas of how you could have traded this particular trend. But for the purpose of this video, let's just focus on the broadening wedge pattern. So once you've marked the lines off on your chart, you're going to be looking for a breakout of price, which happened here, of the lower line of the wedge pattern. As you can see, if you had taken the trade on the breakout, you could have used a pending order placed just below the lower line to catch the breakout of the broadening wedge, and there would have been a nice trade that fell over 150 pips from entry point. You can also use additional confirmation for these trades. For example, let's just mark off that support level, resistance comes support level there, coincided nicely with the breakout of the wedge pattern. See, support here, resistance here, held up nicely. The resistance becomes support. Once the support is breached, price shoots through with some force, as you can see from this big candle here. We also have a spinning top candlestick pattern, bearish one, suggesting downward momentum. So there's a few indications that suggested this particular wedge pattern would have been worth consideration. As I said, this is on the 1 hour chart time frame. You can find these patterns on any chart time frame, whether you're day trading, swing trading. I would say scalping, but I do find that on the lower chart time frames, these types of signals tend to be less reliable. I prefer the 1 hour charts and above, as price action contains more data and thus is more reliable. It also means less time chart watching. You can use other indicators for further confirmation if you wish. For example, you might put the MACD on your chart, a free indicator available in most chart trading platforms. With the MACD, well, when it falls below this zero line here, it's considered to be a downtrend. When it's above, it's considered to be an uptrend. As you can see, it fell below on the same candle where we had the breakout of the support level and the wedge pattern. This is just further confirmation that this would have been an area we might have wanted to keep an eye on or take the trade. It's worth mentioning with the MACD, you don't necessarily need to wait for a crossover of the zero line. Sometimes when price crosses below this signal line here, even above the zero line, it can suggest that the market is starting to move downwards. Not to mention on the MACD, lower highs, again suggesting a bearish market scenario. So for those of you who want the extra confirmation, just the MACD is one of the indicators that you can use. There may be instances where the MACD would be going against the trade, which can keep you out of danger. But there may be instances where you miss a trade because you're following too many indicators. I find that I like to use analysis that give you different perspectives. For example, just one or two technical indicators, and then price action with your candlestick patterns and support and resistance. I find sufficient enough. You don't need to over clutter your charts, and as always, have good money management. Talking of money management for this particular trade, had we entered on the breakout here, we could have used the other side of the support level for the stop loss, which would have been, you could have had a tight stop loss 10 pips, which is good for the 1 hour chart time frame. When you consider how far the price moved, this would have gave a really favorable risk to reward ratio. You want to try and keep, I think you should keep a risk to reward ratio of at least 3-to-1, which means that a winning trade should be 3 times greater than a losing trade. That way you don't have one losing trade wipe out a run of winners. Okay, so if you didn't take the initial entry there, you might have wanted to wait for the pullback, which is absolutely fine. That happened here. And in this instance, this level of support became resistance over here. We've broken out now from the wedge pattern. We're in a clear downtrend. The MACD is confirming this. I mean, you don't even need the MACD. You can just look at the chart and see the price is falling. Price action shows indecision here. The bulls are putting up a fight, but following on from this big downwards move, the breakout of support on the wedge patterns, the market's continuing down. So you could have entered on this pullback. Even on the breakout of this level of support, you still would have had plenty of room left for 100 plus pips, and you could have used this area above here for your stop loss. Would have been 20 pips had you entered on that breakout, or if you entered on the pullback, you would have got away with probably a 10 pip stop loss. Could have trailed the order down, lock in some profits, move stop loss to break even. Don't let the winning trade turn into a losing trade. Yeah, so there are many ways you can trade this broadening ascending wedge pattern. Yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.